In my second SIS alumni talk, I talked to Jessica Soll, class of 2011, also a former teacher at SIS. These days, Jessica can be found in Las Vegas, where she lives and teaches and is expecting her first child. Hope you enjoy.
I am a teacher now, and when I was at SIS, I was there for 4 years. I graduated in 2011. I thought I knew what I wanted to do. At the time, I was really interested in marine biology, but when I got to University of Hawaii at Manoa, where I went to college, I was doing the basic prereqs, and something kind of just changed my mind. My sister was working at a preschool, and I'd always been fond of kids and little kids, especially in that age group. I was volunteering for the summer at the preschool, and I kind of just fell in love with that setting. And when the school year started for me, I had already declared my major before going in as marine biology. But once the school year started, I ended up going to the counselors and asking them to change it. And I ended up going into a early childhood and elementary education dual program. Right before I graduated, the former headmaster asked me if I wanted to go back to SIS and help them reopen up the preschool program, which was ages 3 to 5. Actually, it was a mixture of preschool and kindergarten. And so I did that. I was kind of getting a stir craziness being back on the island. So I came to Las Vegas. I was offered a teaching job at a preschool here, and I took it to kind of gain some independence for myself. And it was going to be my first time living fully by myself in my own apartment, and being 100% responsible for myself. Being at a school like SIS, which is very geared toward prepping kids to go to college, I remember giving myself pressure into having to know what I wanted to do. If I'd been able to tell myself as a senior, one thing that would have helped ease the pressure a little bit was you don't have to know what you're going to study right away, and you can take your time in figuring it out, because you don't want to go into a whole program that you end up not wanting to do halfway through. Just in general, I think growing up on an island, you get absorbed that culture of being surrounded by so many different kinds of people and cultures, food, and languages that a lot of people don't get out in the mainland. I'm having my first child in February, and I really want to expose him as much as possible to that culture for his whole life. If that says anything about how I feel about how I grew up. It's hard to put into words, honestly. When I think about growing up back there, I get all nostalgic, and makes me happy. Coming out here is it's a culture shock. Destino Peru, that was a life-changing experience. That was one of the best trips of my life. I'm very grateful to be a part of that group. And also the Thanksgiving feast. Mm-hmm. That was something that I really, really enjoyed. I come from family that loves food. And so that was something that I found really enjoyable. Especially I love all kinds of food, and I have, growing up on Saipan, I think, to thank for that. Thanksgiving was really fun, having all those foods from all over the world right there in front of you, and people too, being surrounded by all the family that you make by being on Saipan, being at a small school like that, and also participating in the sports teams with Miss Millie.
Hmm.
Those were really fun times, and um, I have some good memories of each of those three, but those are my favorite. There was a point where I was considering moving to another school. Just I just didn't feel like I fit in. One of the reasons that I ended up staying was because of how Miss Millie made her students feel. When I was with her, I always was comfortable. I felt like I didn't have anything to be ashamed of, nothing to be scared of. Even though I was having a hard time um, finding my place. I ended up spending a lot of time with Miss Millie while I was on her sports team, and she just has this way of making people just feel welcome and good about themselves, and it's just not just the things that she says, but also how she treats people. It wasn't that easy for me socially for some reason, but I don't know, there's something about Miss Millie just got me through, and um, in the end, I was really happy, and she was a very big part of that. Just her personality, her always being so happy and cheerful, and that really rubs off on people, even though you might not notice it. And just her being her kind of shifted my feelings, how I felt about wanting to just try going somewhere else and see if I fit in there better.